Welcome everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Usanele Warankosi, yo guys. So, like every house has got its own rules, and in this house, honey, if you're watching this video, you should have subscribed a long time ago. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, there's no fuss about it. You can just hit that subscribe button, hit the notification buzz, and like this video. Well, lastly, comment down below. Let's interact. Let's see what you think about this video. Let's see how you feel this video. Be kind, okay? Be kind. Some of us are very fragile, alright? So please be kind. I'm kidding you guys, but yeah, it's very important that we respect each other and we respect each other's opinions, and I shall definitely also do the same, right? So, well, to my old subscribers, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning in again. And to my new subscribers, a warm welcome to you guys. Feel at home. You are welcome for as long as you behave around here. So all you need to do is like this video and comment down below. Let's interact. Just make sure that you do not leave without doing that, right? So let's get to it. I'm sure judging by the what did I call it? Judging by the title of this video, you can tell that what we will be talking about. Guys, excuse my English. I mean, I haven't been to school for like, I don't know for how long. So, and you know, it's really bad. But anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about childhood traumas and mental health. Yeah, I know that's deep, right? That's really deep. But that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And I hope that you guys get to grab or learn something from this topic today. I think I'll make this a part one because I feel like there's a lot that I still need to talk about. There's a lot that I need to unpack, and I don't think I want to be that long. So I think I'll do a part one and a part two. Without further ado, is that what they say? But anyways, without wasting any time, let's get to it. So you know, I'm very serious today. I even have my diary with me. So yeah, I wrote the script. Like I don't wanna miss anything, you know? I don't wanna miss anything. So I lost my dad in December 2005, and around that time, 2005, I was like 10 years old, and I lost my dad in a car accident. Right at the time of his passing, I was not staying with him. Him and my mom had already separated long time ago, and my mom had already moved on, and my dad also had already moved on. We even had a child with some other woman and whatnot. So they moved on. They both moved on. But I'm grateful for the fact that I knew both of my parents, and I knew how both my parents loved me. Right. So yeah, when I lost my dad, I was staying with my mom, and my mom was already married at that time, and she was pregnant at that time with my little sister. Yeah. So I got the news from my mom. She called me in and she told me like, "Hey, dude, so your dad was shielded." And I was shattered. I was broken, and I cried. And you know when you I hate this thing was when a person is crying and then your guys be like, shh, thula, ungakhali, kuzoba right. You know? I know you say those are words of comfort, but I just feel that, you know, if a person is feeling pain, let them go through the pain, let them cry, let them feel it, let them, you know, let them be in the moment, you know, so that they can actually move on swiftly. So yeah, no, I cried, and my mom comforted me. She told me that no, you know, it's okay. Whatever that happened, it was God's purpose, and things are gonna be fine. Right? I'm like, okay, cool. Then I moved right along. Now the issue, when I think about it now, the issue started when you are in a place where this person that just passed on, these other people that you're staying with in the house, they don't know him like that. They don't feel him like that. They don't know the impact or the role that he played in your life. So it becomes very difficult for you to grieve in a space like that. So I ended up finding myself not being able to grieve, not being able to cry when I wanted to cry, not being able to feel the pain because of the surrounding area that I was in. Nobody could relate to what I'm feeling. No, even if my mom was relating to it. I mean, because I don't believe that you can be in a relationship with a person and break up with them tomorrow, and if anything bad had to happen to them, that you wouldn't feel anything, um but I think it's because of the situation that she was in. It didn't allow her to feel, or rather to express how she's feeling about the passing of my dad, so yeah. In that space, I remember I only cried. It was on the 23rd when I received the news, or on the 24th. It was Christmas Eve, imagine. So I only cried for that moment. And right after that, I had to pick myself up and carry on with the life that we're living in this house, because it's December, it's Christmas Eve, Christmas spirit, everybody's in the mood. I had to get into the mood, and I'm at the age of 10 years. It was easy for me to adapt to any situation or surroundings that I am finding myself in. So I found myself not being able to grieve properly. And now, uh, I was not that close to my mom that I could, not that I wasn't close to her, but we were not taught to question our parents. We were not taught to ask our parents questions. Well, it's the same as question, but yeah, we're not taught that. So I was scared to even ask my mom, even given the situation that she was in. I couldn't ask her. It's like, Mom, what is happening with the funeral arrangements? How is it going? When is the burial, and whatnot and whatnot? So I had to wait for her all the time to tell me. Would say, I know, I got a call from your aunts. They're saying that no, the funeral is on this day or on that day. So the only time that my mom gave me an update about my dad's funeral, I remember it was on a Friday afternoon, the day before the funeral, and then she was telling me that, yeah, no, they're saying the funeral is tomorrow, so your uncles are gonna come and fetch you, and then you guys are gonna go to the funeral. Come to think of it now, I would have loved for my mom to send me to my grand's place where my dad will be buried, um, maybe the moment I found out that my dad had passed on. I would have loved for that to happen, but unfortunately, it didn't happen like that. I only went to my father's funeral on a Friday night. We got there. It was very late. It was dark. So, and then the funeral was the following day, which was going to be on a Saturday, on the 31st, in the morning. So I know when I got there, guys, I really felt out of place, because if your mother is not there, like, don't expect that there will be someone who will come and take her place. So my mom was not there, so I found myself having to go through the whole process alone, having to take care of myself, having to cry myself to sleep. And even in the morning, the day of the funeral, I had to prepare myself. I mean, my dad had other kids from, had two more kids from other women, right? So they were accompanied by their grandmothers. I remember also, though, my elder sister was accompanied by her grandmother. And when I think about it now, it was actually a beautiful sight to see, because also there was, when she was dressing up in the morning, Ukokwaki would tell her, no, put something underneath the skirt so that you know kuhlale kahle, kungabonakalisi kangale. It was nice having someone to tell you which way to go and what not to do and what to do. But I didn't have that, because my mom was not there and everybody was just minding their business. I know, it's cool. We wake up in the morning, I got ready, and then it was the day of the funeral, the time of the funeral. I would go and check my dad, like, in his coffin. And they would open, and then they would say, no, just pass and look at him, and whatnot. So because we were kids, we were actually made to sit at the back. Guys, this was my dad's funeral. We were made to sit at the back. Bank stool. You see this wooden chair that is like, yeah, they call it a bank stool. I don't know what do they call it in English, but we were made to sit there. I still remember vividly, and we will sit there, and then we drove to the graveyard. excuse me, when we got to the graveyard, they covered the coffin with the soil, and at the end of the covering of the coffin, and then they would put a tag that would write his name, surname, birth, date of birth, and death date. And as soon as they were done doing that, I went and I checked that board, because as much as I knew my dad, like that, me and him were very close, there were certain things that I didn't know, like his birthday, when he was born, and his other name, because I only knew his first name, that it was Samuel, but I didn't know his second name. And then when I went there to that tag, I realized something. I realized that the surname that my dad has been using all along, and the surname that the both of us have been using, was actually not the surname that it was. It was not his biological surname or his real surname, right? So I found out that he was actually Masombo. And a lot of questions came into my head. But now, what's the point? I have these questions, but I'm not going to ask anyone these questions. Angifuni ukushaywa mina, angifuni nje ukuthukwa, because one thing that I know about our parents or abantu abadala is that they don't like explaining themselves, especially to kids. So I grew up with that thing that Masombuga, what is this Masombuga surname? Where is it coming from? I know we go home, we wash our hands, and then we eat. Right after we were done eating, my uncles would tell you, they told me, like, no, we need to go. Now we need to go. We're rushing. I mean, it was the 31st, New Year's Eve. People were getting ready for the New Year, and whatnot. So I had to grab my bags there and then and drive home with them. I come here to my mom's place, and everyone is just in a different spirit. Everyone is in a happy mood. Everyone is just, they're in that festivity mood, or festival mood, or Christmas, New Year mood, whatever you want to call it. So I get there, and I I ride along with their mood. I mean, bajabulile. Nami, I'm the only one who vote yang shaya vele nanoma ngathi ngiyakhala. Am I gonna cry alone? Who's gonna comfort me? Because everyone is happy. So I get into that mood ya cricket, mood ya J, vibe J, New Year's, you know. Fast forward, it hit me that I actually miss my dad, and that I have not grieved his death the way I was supposed to, because of the situation or the environment that I was in. So at around the age of 16, I started missing the dude real hard. Like, I would write notes to him, because I couldn't talk to my mom about this. I mean, my mom has moved on with his life. So how do I go back and tell this person that, hey, bruh, I miss my dad, this and this and that. And at the age of 16, you're going through adolescent stage, you're going through these things, man, as the teenagers go through. And it was very hectic for me, because I remember my mom would even find letters that I had wrote for my dad, telling him that I miss him. I wrote there on those letters that I miss him, Masombo wa omuhle, all those things. And I remember one time my mom received that letter, and it was not nice. It was sour in the house, and I don't know why was it sour. I didn't understand till this day. I don't understand, and I have even made peace with it, that I will never understand. So let me just leave it as it is, because it was me expressing how I'm feeling on a paper. I was not insulting anyone, and I didn't mean that the other guy is, I'm born, or I don't recognize him, or I don't appreciate him or whatnot. But I was just feeling the void. I was just feeling I was missing my dad. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but I realized that this is no playing matter. I I can't mention this guy's name in this house. I cannot miss this guy. I can't, it's done, Sanele. It's done. Just move right along. Move right along. Carry yourself up, pick yourself up, and move right along. Now you see, now there's undealt issues, and there is more and more questions that are building up, and it instead of me getting better, I was drowning. I was drowning minute by minute without even noticing it. So well, it's cool. um when you are lacking, when there is something that you're lacking, or there's, you know when you feel like you're not the same as other kids, you tend to your self-esteem tends to drop. Your you start doing things just so that you can be validated by other people, because you feel like you're not being validated, or you're not being valued. I think that's the word that I wanted to use. You're not being valued as you should be valued, and you end up finding comfort in other people. I started dating at the age of 16, and I don't think I was ready. I wasn't ready to date at the age of 16. Um, but I started doing that because, I was finding comfort from this person, from this guy, and it made me feel like, you matter, you are loved. I'm not saying that my parents didn't love me, but at that time, when you're going through such things, you just feel like you need to be with a different person in a different space, and whatnot and whatnot. And I started dating at the age of 16, and I found comfort in that guy. And till this day, I am really proud. Um, I'm really, I don't regret that relationship, even though I look at the guy now and I be like, like, what was I thinking? And I'll be like, what was I thinking? My cup of tea and all that and all that. But actually, Niga came through for me. I mean, he was the one who taught me how to drive. Man, he was the one who taught me like that. Birthdays are celebrated, Valentine's is celebrated, and I think that made me feel good. That made me feel good. It made me feel really, really, really good. So okay, um, fast forward to now, as I'm old now and I have a child, and this thing, if you don't deal with grief, you will never come alright. If you do not deal with grief, it will follow you until your dying day. It's not something that you can just sweep under the carpet and just hope that, no, it will disappear, it will disappear. It will not disappear. Instead, it will multiply. It will cause insects. It'll cost, it will just grow just like a cancer, and then it will attack your mental um health or mental stability. It will, like, impact your life very drastically in a very horrible way. Because I grew up all the time trying to find comfort in men, because the relationship I had with my dad, like I always explain to people, that the memories that I had with my dad were memories that me and him were like boyfriend and girlfriend. I remember Nika used to drive taxis, right? He used to drive taxis, and every time Magabuya estafili, yes, and whatnot. So he would come and fetch me, and I would hop in the taxi, and coming first there, I would go buy sweets, would pass by his friends' places, and they would come back and we chill. He would literally get out of the taxi and open the door for me, and he will stand outside the taxi, and I would hug him, I would hold him. He was tall, and he had a beard. I still remember he had a beard. And obviously only beard, and then you cut it. You if somebody comes to your, like, comes close to you, you feel that, I don't know, whatever sensation that you get. But my dad was my boyfriend. That guy loved me. We used to hug like, yo, guys. It was really nice. So, I mean, after he passed on, I never got to experience that. And because I didn't deal with the grief, this thing, I there was a void that needed to be filled. There was a void that needed to be filled in and filled in and filled in. And I found comfort in every man that I dated. I think up until this far, I still, like, get too attached to the person that it scares them off and they just run away. But every person that I meet, I make sure that I give them the love that I, the love that I didn't have. I don't know if I'm making sense. But anyways, and then yeah, fast forward. Yeah, I'll be fast forwarding a lot. Okay, fast forward to 20 beginning of COVID. Yo, beginning of COVID, I think everybody went through a mini phase nyana your mental breakdown. 2020 COVID nyana situation. Things were bad, really, really bad. And I was in a relationship with some other guy, but at the end he was good. Everything was fine. Towards the end of the relationship, he started being very abusive, and I would still go back to him, you know, being shy. I would still go back to him, and people would say, but dude, we know this person, this is Mangel, you are dating this person. This person, we know him for being, oh, baby Jade Maitala when it comes to women. But, I still went back to him because I was really fond of him. I loved him. And Jay, the situation you're COVID would force you to be with, the people that you are with at that time, because you will never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So, and then there was an episode. There was an episode that we had, guys. Guys, actually, I'm a boyfriend, so my boyfriend is calling me. I will see you in a minute. Yeah, guys, so I'm back. As I was saying, so yeah, I was dating this guy during COVID, and yeah, began shy. Like, guys, I'm telling you, that guy would literally beat me up. But because I loved him so much, and I loved the fact that I didn't get lonely, I think my issue, even now, I know what my problem is. If I am going to be in a relationship with a person, I don't want anything else from that person. I don't want all the money that they have to offer. I don't want all the gifts that they have to offer. I'm scared of being alone. So, whichever person that I date, I want to be with them. I don't want to feel the void. I don't want to feel a minute of loneliness. So, that guy would give me that. And if he's not here with me, I would know who to whoop. I would definitely know who to whoop. I would know who to get Duza or Ruga best, So, I actually love that situation. Um, I I enjoyed that about the relationship. But no man shy, no man but yeah, he is always around, when I need him. But then, such relationships don't last because they're not healthy. And I always say this to people, to women especially, that men will always put themselves first. They do not care what you did for them or what you've sacrificed for them. If a man feels like you are no longer enough for him, a man will leave. And they will not even explain, they will not even feel the need to explain themselves to you. So it got to the point that um nigga, did he leave? No, he didn't leave, but he started, acting up. I've been hearing stories that he's dating this woman and dating that woman and whatnot and whatnot. Every time I asked him about it, he denied it. And it made me lose my mind because ayikho into ebuhlungu njengokuthi uconfront umuntu ngento ekayenzayo, and that person turns it around and makes it look like you are the bad guy. He used to do that. He was very good at manipulating. He was a narcissist. Yo, that guy drove me crazy. Yo, ngathi ngamname ngimshame. Yo, angeke. But anyways, yeah. And then because he made me look like I'm crazy, I ended up becoming crazy. Then I ended up being this person that I don't know. I would fight him, I would scream, I would swear. I'll be like, I'm doing whatever I want to do, and he ain't gonna tell me anything about it. I did that, but I realized that I am losing myself in the process. And I was like, no, this is not it. I had one episode, it was January 2021. I had this huge episode, and I was this close to, like, ending my life. And I was like, you know what, no, 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 I can't anymore. It's too much, it's overwhelming. I can't do this. I cannot. How am I going to survive seeing this guy walking around with another woman? How am I going to survive seeing this guy not being my man? I had a episode for days, guys. I had an episode for days. I would cry every single flippant time. And this one time I was in the office, I felt like, you know what, I am losing my breath. I can't breathe anymore. I can't take this anymore. Like, I felt like I'm gonna just hit the ground and peeling on. I decided to call a psychologist. I took their phone and I called the psychologist, and they're like, "Yes, ma'am. We only see you can only see the psychologist through an appointment." I was like, if I don't see that psychologist today, now, this minute, I'm gonna die. So please forgive me. I can't, I cannot set an appointment. It's an emergency. I need to see a psychologist now. I know this, like, okay, fine, you can come through. If you can make it through in like 10 minutes, it's fine. I was like, okay, cool. I drove there, got to the doctor or to the psychologist, and phew, it was a beautiful, beautiful session. I've never felt so light like that. I never felt so in control, because the whole time I felt like I'm not in control of my life. So I got there, spoke to the psychologist, explained to him what is going on, and she was like, "You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a person who has not dealt with grief. I see you're still grieving. You're in a grieving um a phase, and right now what you're doing is that you are hurt, and that you're bleeding on people who are, who are innocent. You probably don't want people who with good intentions. You want people with bad intentions, because those people with bad intentions, they come clothed like a sheep, and you'd rather go for them, because they give you that sense of um what's the word, the sense of comfort, sense of security. You feel protected, and only to find that those people are not there for that. Those people are there to have some good time, some nice time. So I had to go back. Yo, it was hard. I had to go back to the child, to the 10-year-old girl that lost his dad. I had to go through those emotions again. I had to feel the pain. I had to be, yo, man, guys, it was difficult. And ever since, like I had said previously, like, I would write everything down in paper. If I missed my dad, I would write a letter for him. And then my mom found it. And as I impacted, and I was like, I'm never gonna do this again. I'm never gonna write my emotions down, because um somebody might see it. Somebody might see it and might go through this, and they might find what I've written about them, or they might find what I've said. They might want to use it against me, and all that and all that. So it was so difficult for me to go back to writing about my emotions again, to write about what I'm feeling, because it reminded me of the day my mom found a letter that I had wrote to my dad, and she was so furious. So it was very difficult. It was really difficult. So I think I will cut this video here, and I will continue with a part 2 of the video. Share with you guys how do get yourself checked in psychologically. um I don't know. Yeah, I think I will continue with everything else on the other part of the video. But thank you very much, guys, for watching, for tuning in. Please don't forget to like the video. Please comment down below, and just show some love, because that is what we do around here. Well, guys, I will see you very soon. Stay tuned, stay blessed, and I always say, spread a little kindness everywhere you go, because people out here are feeling the most. The least thing you can do is be kind. One love, and take care. Good night, guys. Love you all.